Real motion getter. Stay in motion. Gonna keep that motion. We gonna stay on top. $1 million nigga. $1 billion nigga. This is not no cap talk.
Motion Mondays, the last one with your ugly ass. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about the Jid album and the Gunna album that came out on 8/8, which is a musical ritual for both of them. And we're going to dive deep into the fold of these channeled information, download informations through my Instagram feed to feed our spirit. Somebody told me, they said, man, Dream, they said, yo, Motion Mondays is like divination for me. It's like it's always on point, always something I needed to hear. I said, hey, let's get it in. Let's get it in every Monday. Every Monday, Motion Mondays, they go down and go down. But first, let's get to the music. Let's get to Wake That Ass Up, baby. Wake that ass up, wake that ass up, wake that ass up. Check out the God right here, Jid, G-I-D, work, baby. I had to play that because it's a ritual going on, and it's a divine ritual for us to understand something a little bit deeper, a little bit more stranger about this specific time that we're moving into. Now that we're at the last stages of this 9-year, we have to understand that we're actually transforming and becoming anew into who our vision desired is running, whether that be unconsciously or consciously of the act. See, that 1 year that we're about to walk into, it's going to define your next 10 years, essentially, especially in the form of energy. We're just talking about energy alone. You got to stay with me and think. Now, it doesn't mean you can't change your energy in that time, but you want to understand that this self-identity is a big deal, especially when we're in alignment with these times, this date, this light, essentially. With this Jid album and Gunna album dropping on 8/8, they just made a bold statement and said, hey, look, I'm coming for the crown. I'm coming for the top. I'm trying to shit on everybody, especially that Gunna album. That nigga said, fuck it. Hey, it's just me, the last one. Fuck you. Fuck what y'all talk about, right? And he popping his shit big on that album. Shout out to Gunna, shout out to Jid. They both did a great job. Both of them albums going to be on alignment for album of the year. One of the aspects of it, though, that I thought was interesting is that, you know, whether conscious of it or not, them dropping it during that Lionsgate time and really just pushing a certain energy, this transformative energy in the form of what the Lionsgate actually means, which is divine feminine energy, which is creative energy. Boy, was everybody on that Lionsgate time. Everybody had a video on that Lionsgate, nigga. God damn. I'm sitting, look, I was getting my crown done. Y'all see it? Hey, I got 9 dreads now. Hey, wicked up, baby. I was getting my crown done the whole day. I still got a little bit more work to do, but I'm there, baby. You feel me? I'm there. I was visualizing the whole day, that 8/8. I was in my zone, looking at myself in the mirror, in my zone, in a new element, new self-identity, new king shit. You feel me? 9. I went from 23 to 9. So now you know I'm coming. Let me stop playing with y'all, baby. But that's what it is. It's about this. It's about the sun, that black sun, but also your regular sun. You popping your shit, your solar plexus. You feel me? Your confidence, your assertiveness. So right now, after the Lionsgate, I want people to understand that, cool, you did the rituals. You put down what you wrote down and you did all the lighting the candle or whatever you had did during the Lionsgate time to activate your subconscious mind or to impregnate your subconscious mind. Cool. Now it's important to walk that bitch down. Walk that bitch down with your head high, with your shoulders back, chest out, and start becoming that vision desire that you want to see come forth. Let's say if you said you want to travel the world, right? You need to be able to see yourself and also put in actionable steps to travel. So you need to be able to see yourself catching planes, catching flights, going to this beach, going to this city, right? And then you have to start putting in actionable steps. I don't give a fuck if you just got enough money for the Greyhound, nigga. You got to start putting in actionable steps to travel. Because again, you're changing your physiological language into, well, this is what I do. You feel me? I just move in this kind of space, and I'm always in new cities. I'm always in a environment that's different than, you know, what I'm used to, right? And it's important to start putting the activation in, or to putting the motion in, because again, this is about the blessings coming to you as you're acting or becoming this new thing. Jamie Foxx got that new biopic that's coming out with Tyson, and I'm pretty sure that nigga is practicing his Tyson right now, or he probably already did it. You feel me? Putting in that method acting where he's taking Tyson with him everywhere he goes, especially at the younger Tyson, the aggressive nature. You got to take that stuff home as an actor, right? And that's the same thing with you right now as a spiritual worker that's transforming. You got to change your personality now. It might feel uncomfortable, right? You might not recognize yourself. That's good. Because again, the uncomfortable cells that you're getting rid of has to move out the way and feel this hesitation or feel this urge to stay alive. But that uncomfortable is good. I gotta stress that. It's good. Trust me. We want to go through that fire. Remember, you gotta destroy things to build things up. Gotta destroy the old self to build things up. And Jid and Gunna, you see, they both are great examples of, all right, fuck it, I'm destroying my old self, and now I'm becoming a new. Jid, he said he was a cornerback playing football and stuff. Really didn't have no direction, and he said, "Fuck it, I done went into a whirlwind of practicing rapping. 3 times a day, I'm making a song, 3 different songs a day. You gotta be, something has to change inside of you to do that at 20 and say, fuck it, football didn't work out. Ugh. Let me just become a rapper, and then internally click and switch into a new mode and go into going through the repetition, the hurt, the pain. Y'all just heard that song, right? Same thing with Gunna. I can show you this nigga transformation. That nigga got out of jail and he said, I am done. He said, fuck it, I'm him, nigga. I'm running. Fuck what Young Thug is talking about, nigga. That thug shit is done. That nigga Gunna said, Gunna's, let's see if we can see it. Gunna's transformation, maybe? Yeah. Let's see if that'll pull up. That nigga must have got his ass whooped in jail, boy. I'm just, hey, I'm just telling you what it is. Because that nigga came out, that nigga said, nah, fuck what y'all talking about, boy. Y'all got me fucked. Look at this nigga. That nigga transformed like a bitch. What? So, we got to be able to pay respect to the gods that say, fuck it, I'm putting in this work. You feel me? And again, the work shouldn't be a thing where there's a drudgery in this thing, right? You want to make the work a passion thing. So sometimes anger gets shit done, right? But he's fueled with passion to be him, Himothy, one-on-one. You feel me? The last one. And that's important to understand. Like, we can't make it up. We seeing a living example in this nigga Gunna right here, right now. You feel me? He training like a monster for real. He really about that shit. He like, fuck it, I'm coming for the crown in this music shit. And then his music is a reflection of what he's actually doing and becoming. You feel me? Because he popping this shit big time in this music. And the beautiful thing about how he popping this shit in the music is that he's literally in this. It's almost like he's future, like he's a cleaner future. You know what I'm saying? Like Future be popping his shit and fly shit, but Gunna is popping it like, nigga, y'all can't see me, whatever. He's not talking about the drugs and injustice things and things of that nature. So now I want the family to understand this. Both of them albums, that Jid and that Gunna album, is music you need to be listening to during this time to transform your spirit into a new. So you can get into this passion economy, passion work, right? And start getting up. Yeah, there might be times of things that you don't want to do, right? There's little things that you don't want to do, but still there's a fuel or inspiration that'll move you into doing it based off of, you in your spiritual transformation bag, your spiritual work. Because again, without any motion, you're going to stay the same, and the same is just the old self. So it's either you want to see a new, you want to be at peace with yourself, you want to be popping your shit, you want to be doing some fly shit while you have this time on earth, or you want to stay the continuous repetition old self. You feel me? Even myself, I'm at a level of comfortability where I have to even challenge myself still, because I can get too comfortable and complacent, and then I'll be in a mode. But that's good, because boom, say I get in one of them real comfortable modes and shit, right? And I'm in a space of just not really getting in my bag like I'm supposed to, right? In my mind. Boom. I noticed that stagnant energy. I noticed maybe I'm drinking too much, smoking too much, right? Boom. All of a sudden, them 2-3 days of that happening, I'm like, oh, damn, I'm out of my flow. I'm out of my zone. Oh, thank you, Spirit. So I don't judge the destruction days, right? Or the days where you just in a rut. You feel me? You don't want to judge those. You want to look at it, examine it, step back. Say, oh, okay, I got you. Thank you, Spirit. I see what's going on here. Bet, right? And learn from those and let that fuel you to get back into your flow state. Because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, we can get stuck in that, drink, smoke, all of that shit. You feel me? I was talking to the Patreon family about that. I said smokers versus tokers. Smokers versus tokers. And essentially, what I want the family to understand is that you can smoke, right? Not saying not to smoke. Weed, and we're talking about the gas, right? You can smoke, but you got to be able to evaluate the feeling of why you're smoking. So let's say you get off of work and you smoke every time you get off of work, right? And you're not evaluating your smoking because of that pain body of the job. Now you have to be able to say, oh, okay, I'm using this as a crutch instead of me actually smoking for, a time where I don't actually need it. I just smoked. You feel me? So if the pain, you got to let the pain come into effect while you're at that job. You got to feel that shit all the way through. You don't want to smoke that shit away. You want to feel it all the way till you go to sleep. And I know I get it, nigga. I used to do the same thing. I had a job, shit. Come home, smoke that shit away. And then I started about, I said, wait a minute, hold on. Let me check myself. Let me get my mind right? Let me take on this pain, because if I'm just numbing the pain, then it means, okay, I'm going to be comfortable the next day and next day. So I just want to, because I didn't tell that to the Patreon family, you don't want to numb that pain with the weed. You want you want to be in control of the weed, not the weed controlling you. And listen, hey, if you're gonna change, right? What did Joe Dispenza say? You're gonna change your personality. If you're trying to change your personal reality, you got to change your personality. So there might be one or two things that you can do to shift your world. But if you're not confident and assured enough to do it, then essentially you got to go back to the drawing lab and try to address that issue. So I want the family to tap into the solar plexus work during this time, right? Go outside, eat some pineapples, right? Wear yellow, do things to tap into your sun. You feel me? Get your gut health right, stuff like that, right? Do some crunches, things of that nature, right? To get your solar plexus active so you can stand in who you are now and not be afraid to go back when these cells, this energy inside of you try to creep back into the old self and try to knock you off your square again and shit. I'm just telling y'all what it is, nigga. You can hear this shit or not. You can act like you can't hear me if you want to. I'm just telling you what it is. You know, you already been through a year. You're like, damn, I know what I got to kill off. And it's just that one little aspect that you got to kill off that can transform your world. And then you can get back to it. But right now, you got to catch a flow of spiritual work. Straight up and down. All right, let's get it on. Motion Monday. So in the end, I want the family to even get into this that Gunna and that Jid album, because them hoes is the key. It's a gateway happening in the things. I want the family to understand that to the core as well. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's get it on Instagram.
Desire, when held too tightly, creates resistance. You do not need to strive, to struggle, to push against the current of life. All that you seek is already seeking you. Your only task is to assume the feeling of already having it, to rest in the knowing that it is yours. There is no need to force the outer world to conform to your wishes. The world outside is but a reflection of the world within. When you shift your inner state, when you accept as true the reality you desire, the external world reshapes itself to match your assumption. It is law. If you truly believe that what you desire is already yours, it must come. Not through effort, not through struggle, but through the quiet certainty that it is done. What is yours cannot be taken away, delayed, or lost. It arrives in perfect time, in perfect order, according to your faith in the unseen. Worry and impatience are signals that you have stepped out of the state of the wish fulfilled. The moment you relax, the moment you trust, you align yourself with the inevitable unfolding of your desire. You do not plant a seed and then dig it up in doubt. You do not demand it grow on your schedule. You trust the unseen process beneath the soil. So too must you trust the unseen power working on your behalf. Your work is not in the doing, but in the being. Embody now the feeling of having, and the world will move to reflect it. Release the need to control, to grasp, to question how or when. That is not your concern. Your only concern is to remain faithful to the vision, to persist in the feeling of already having, to dwell in the state of fulfillment.
Shout out to the family, baby. Neville got her. Yeah. Exactly what I just said. Hey, after this Lionsgate ritual, now you just got to walk in the confidence and the assertiveness and the assurance that you are the shit. The end. So listen to that. I'm telling y'all, listen to that Gunna album. Let that shit infuse your spirit. Listen to that Jid album. They popping their shit on that bitch. And essentially what they're doing is they're transforming spirits. Remember, music is spirit. So that music 8/8 ritual coming out, them two albums are very important. Now, there was a few other albums that came out, I didn't get a chance to listen to him during that day. But best believe that Jid and that Gunna, you know what I'm saying? There's two different musics happening, right? Gunna is on some fly. Hey, I'm here, baby. It's my time to shine. You feel me? Transformation mode. I'm the one, Timothy Jones. Then Jid is on that. Hey, hey, y'all said it's me, so here I am. I'm showing the world what's up. Here, you know what I'm saying? And they standing in it. All 5'3" of them. Cause you know them niggas short. You know, they probably got that small man syndrome and shit. All 5'3". They stand, you know, you probably meet them, they be that nigga's short, fuck it. God damn, but hey, you know, the short guys be popping that shit. And then them short guys, they be having a lot of energy. So, you know, they feeling the energy all the time and shit. You feel me? And they just be in their zone. That's why nigga Juice, he's short than a bitch too. Stay constantly moving, jittery and shit. You feel they niggas move. They keep in motion. They don't sit down. They just hey, I gotta move. You feel me? Like my kid, my 1-year-old, he just constantly getting up, stomping his feet, running around. He'll run right into the couch. I'm my big ass. I'm sitting there like, damn, man, I was trying to chill. That nigga give me the example. Now get your ass up. Get your ass up. Get your ass up. Work, nigga. I'll be like, damn, I was trying to sit back and chill. That little nigga be running. You gotta catch him before you get to them stairs. He'll climb the whole stairs quick. Chaos in the blood. Shout out to Neville Goddard again. The Neville to the Goddard.
I know it'll be hard for you guys to believe this. As good as he was, he didn't think he was as good as he was.
Coach, he tells us this story about how he was interning in Chicago.
Yeah.
And you'd call him and you hung up on him. You know,
a couple times.
Yeah, tell us about
Two
it.
straight days.
Yeah.
No, because we had a great team and we lost almost the whole team. And he was going to be the next great player. He was already a starter and a good player. And I needed him to be thinking of being the ACC Player of the Year and all that. So I'd call him, man. It's a shame. I said, so when you went to bed last night, did you look in the mirror and say, I'm going to be ACC Player of the Year? He said, no. And I hung up on him. And I called him another next day and asked him something similar, you know, about winning national championship. And I hung up on him. And then the third day I called him and he said, Coach, don't hang up on me. And I said, listen, I will stop hanging up on you when you stop hanging up on you.
Oh, that's cool.
You should be a plant that's not put in a case. It should just grow. And you're putting yourself in this box. And it's a good box. I mean, you're a really good player. But you got a chance to be the best player. And that's why I enjoyed coaching like elite talent because he was and still is elite talent. But how can they maximize? How can you get and to be best friends with that best player? I was always hardest on my best players because they could take us to places that good players could not take you to. But if you had your best player, the good players became better.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach K. Yeah, that's fly. Hey, that mirror work is important, family, because you are the best player that you know. So what are you saying to yourself? What are you popping to yourself on a daily? So are you speaking it into existence by looking in the mirror and transforming them thought streams or that nervousness or that energy in your nervous system of I'm not good enough or I can't do this, right? look, you got this one life that you're living. So now it's just about you to understand the system or the program that you're implanting into yourself. And this program you're implanting into yourself on a daily has to happen now, right now, as you're staring in the mirror, as you're walking through your job, as you're doing whatever, as you're driving. You gotta feel like you the shit. Feel like you the man. Feel like you her or him, right? And essentially, if until you keep on sitting there and marinating in it, you're just gonna keep on being, Thomas Anderson. You feel me? Instead of being Neo the one. It's important, family. That's an important concept because again, there's no other way. Nobody ain't gonna come to save you, and nothing is gonna change in your world. If you want to experience what life has to offer, then you got to constantly, repetitively remind yourself of that fact, right? They're gonna distract you a million times. They just said that aliens is coming in November. That's right after. So niggas is waiting for November. That's at the end of the Jason month. So they saying like, nigga, we can't let these guys and goddesses pop their stuff right now. Now when the sun is out, they the sun people. They can't be in their bag, visualizing outside, having a good time. The police brutality videos ain't working no more. The what's it calls ain't working no more. So now all of a sudden, let's just tell them aliens is coming in November. And let's get them wired up on that. Let's get them thinking about that instead of thinking about right now. Hey, this is the only alien that's coming, baby. Cthulhu. And this is you, your monstrous soul, out of humanity, sitting on top of the world. Remember, you're an observer of this world. You're a soul having a human experience. You're a soul having a human experience, and your soul is monstrous to this world. All that good moral stuff. Spirituality is not a behavioral thing. Spirituality doesn't have anything to do with behavior. Spirituality has everything to do with your heart. So you know what feels right to you. If you want to be a stripper, right? And you feel that in your heart, then that's good. Nobody can't say, oh shoot. You know what I'm saying? Oh wow, that's immoral, showing your ass and showing your skin or whatever, right? Shit, she like to dance, let her dance. Bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. And if she like to dance, fuck it. You feel me? That's love for yourself. That means you loving on yourself. I enjoy doing this. This is something I can do. That's passion. That's love. Some of y'all females wanted to be a stripper, but y'all, the moral code, people gonna judge me. This doesn't have anything to do with nobody but you. And that moral compass thing is gonna keep on messing you up because you're blocking your blessings because you're thinking that you have to behave a certain way to get ahead. Meanwhile, the Caucasian man, he just y'all, he's like, "What's up, baby?" He going for his. He's not thinking about no behavior, no moral stuff, and he's on the top of this thing, on the top of the food chain. And he telling y'all, he's sitting back telling y'all like, "Yeah, hey, money is the root of all evil." He telling y'all at the top while he traveling, seeing the world and shit. No. Money is the root of all evil. You keep on working for that $13 an hour. You keep working for that $18 an hour because you don't want this money thing, and that's not it. See, you got to be real with yourself. You got to be truthful with yourself, and you got to understand that truth will set you free. You can't be sitting around here saying, "Oh, I'm trying to be funny." I seen boys was doing the Lionsgate ritual. And, I've been on it, right? crazy since the start of YouTube. Nigga, boys was not on it in 3 years ago. Now everybody doing a Lionsgate ritual. Oh, a video. They just in this. It's like, hey, look, this is the Lionsgate. This is the time. I'm like, God damn, these motherfuckers must work for Lionsgate Motion Pictures and shit. I seen everybody on YouTube that day. I was like, what? That's all Lionsgate. I'm like, God damn. I was about to go live from my phone and get my hair done. Like, yeah, Lionsgate ritual, baby. Go. Hey, I'm just telling y'all what it is. So now, you know, understand that, hey, you're gonna have to stand on who you are, and that's it, and not worry about the judgment or the opinions of others, because that's crippling you as well. This is about your journey. When you die, these people is not going to be at your funeral. So understand that you worried about somebody's opinions is holding you back. It's keeping you a shell of yourself. It's not letting the heart chakra express itself divinely. And that's about confidence. So Shane Battier, him transforming by doing what Coach K said, is absolutely a power move. You feel me? Sometimes you need people to remind you that you're him and not a beta man.
Do you wish to be abundant?
Yes, I mean,
Then be abundant in all ways, not just financially. Why limit it? Many people think, oh, well, if I have a lot of money, then I'm really abundant. When in fact, having a lot of money could actually be shutting the door to other forms of abundance that would actually be greater. Money is fine because that's a valid symbol on your planet, but it isn't always the path of least resistance to true abundance. Where it's needed, it will come in. Where it's not needed, it won't. And sometimes it not coming in is actually a way for you to get an idea that maybe another form of abundance would actually work better in that circumstance. You understand?
yes, and you know, I'm always prosperous, but it's almost like there's a wall where it kind of taps out. And
again, you're creating the wall with your definitions. There are no walls except as you define them. But again, you may be defining that wall because you believe you need more of a particular kind of abundance than any other. And as soon as you make one form of abundance unequal to all the rest, you throw the whole thing out of whack. All forms of abundance must be equally valid in order for any form of abundance to come to you more easily. As soon as you single one out as being more important, you shut the doors through which all the other forms could come, and you actually make it more difficult for even the form you're focused on to manifest, because now it can't count on the support of all the other forms of synchronous abundance that may be required for that form to manifest. Because they all work together. They all work together. They are not segregated. All forms of abundance support all other forms of abundance. So don't insist on just one form. Otherwise you, well, shortchange yourself.
Shout out to Bashar, man. Yeah, that's true. And in fact, indeed, when we're talking about losing fat, right? You're not going to just lose fat in your stomach. You're going to lose it everywhere. So understand to the core that in order to lose fat, you're going to have to see it lose coming down in your face, coming down your arms, your legs, everywhere, right? And essentially, it's one thing. So abundance doesn't mean money, right? Abundance means energy, time, money, focus, right? You're abundant in its spiritual thought. You feel me? Receiving channels. See, the ideas and channels that come to you when you're in the now state and in that stillness is the abundant stream of information that's going to lead you to, oh, this is how I get more energy. Oh, this is how I buy my time back and get more of my time, right? Oh, this is how I gain more money. You feel me? So that stream of consciousness that's coming to you is the abundance, because it's a floodgate. It's the Nile River flooding and essentially putting you into a peaceful, more tranquil zone of of information that's light codes. So understand that these light codes are important to understand why you're here on this earth. You feel me? See, when we're talking about the divine feminine energy in this Lionsgate time, right? We're talking about the flooding of the Nile, right? What's the flooding of the Nile? I was telling y'all the whole time, it's the vagina. Why is that? See, y'all gotta hear what I'm saying instead of thinking I'm saying something funny. When the female is moist and that love is energy, that ooh, right? She's feeling good. That's divine feminine creative energy coming into her loins. When the sapiosexual nigga turning her on and shit. Boom. Now she's feeling that wet, that moist, right? The thought is the guy. He's putting in thoughts into the female, right? That's turning her on and making her feel moist down there. So now, just this big picture, as above, so below, as within, so without, that's actually meaning that you have creative energy flooding into your system, flooding you with ideas, with, oh, shoot, I feel good, I feel great, right? So that's the same thing when I'm saying go down and eat. I'm saying go receive them Kalis, receive that erythrea, right, from that flood of the Nile. And then essentially as guys, you'll turn on your divine feminine energy as well to get more and more creative in your bag and in your adventures. And sometimes it'd be small things. You'd be like, oh my God. It just be like the smallest thing. You'd be like, damn, I didn't realize it was that easy. But you was blocking yourself the whole time because you're playing ping pong, thinking about the past and worried about the future. And you're just playing ping pong with your mind every time. And spirit is just trying to zap you with the light code. So time flies when you're having fun. And the fun is actually the point of what you want to get into, right? You want to find the space where the work feels fun, or you can find some kind of fun into it or some kind of passion in it. You feel me? Something that is enjoyable, right? Even if it's whatever you're doing at your jobs, find some kind of fun in it, right? And just make it a game for yourself as, oh, okay, I'm learning something new. Wow, this is fun, right? Maybe you got to write what I had to lesson plans and stuff. Okay, let me see my creative writing. Let me see how creative I can get in this writing. Maybe you're a call center person, right? Okay, let me see how I can bring forth a particular conversation or mood in this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Just have fun with it, right? Let me see if I can pick this person's brain on the other end or whatever. You feel me? You got to have fun. You got to find it within yourself, right? And just enjoy the process, because again, that's going to bring you more and more fun to you because you're in that kind of spirit, in that kind of zone. Yes, sir. Shout out to Bashar. Shout out to Bashar. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling.
Now, that's another thing, and I want to warn you about this. You know, a lot of people are good at visualizing things for other people.
Oh.
Yeah, that's for Rockefeller. That's for those rich people.
Oh.
You'll pass by those mansions in Bel Air and Beverly Hills and say, look, this is where the rich people live. Look at that. That's for them. And you're really telling yourself, well, that's for them. I see them with it, but I don't see myself with it. Okay, if you can see it for other people, why can't you see it for yourself? I taught people to do this. Here's a little technique. That whenever you see people doing and having good, always be glad for them. Always rejoice for them. And, you know, say good things about them in your mind. And say, look at that old rich so-and-so. The Bible says, curse not the rich. Reverend Ike says, if you curse the rich, you'll never be one of us.
Popping that shit.
Now let me finish the technique with you. So whenever you see people prospering, always rejoice and bless them in your heart. Always do that. And you see, you'll magnetize yourself for that good when you bless other people. But you know, if you have a jealous spirit, oh, look at that. Why should they have that when I've got so little? Yeah, because you operate your mouth against yourself. That's why. There's a verse of scripture also that says, thou art ensnared by the words of thy mouth. You know, the mouth can be a dangerous thing until you learn how to operate it positively. Some people are like a prosecuting attorney against themselves.
Shout out to Reverend Ike. Yeah, you got to be able to essentially see yourself in other people, right? And not have a jealous spirit, right? You want to put yourself in their shoes. That's for me, right? That's another thing Reverend Ike says. That's for me. You got to see that, oh, okay, that's fly. I love it. You feel me? You got to feel that space of happiness and joy for that person that's in their bag, in their zone. You feel me? And if you can point of view with them, right, and experience the love that they're feeling and the joy that they're feeling, then essentially that's going to help you feel the joy and love for yourself. You feel me? And just understand that that's for you as well. You feel me? Remember, we are one. So at the same time, at the end of the day, your thought streams is creating divisiveness. When you see people that's successful, rich, doing their thing, that's you. So now you got to stand in that energy. Remember, this is all about energy. That's it. You just got to keep on standing and placing yourself in that energy of abundance, wealth, happiness, joy, success, right? And just keep on thriving in that mindset. Put yourself in that environment with winners. And guess what will happen? You'll become a winner too. Straight up and down. That's for me. Yes, sir. The good Reverend. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. And we're reading this book in the Patreon. So place yourself with winners in the Patreon. Reverend Ike's Secret for Health, Joy, and Prosperity for you. Every Sunday, I drop a new chapter in the Patreon. So come and get out with the winners, the guys, the successful ones, baby. We thriving and striving in this thing. You feel me? Let's keep it rolling.
Michael Jackson said this. He wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, song come to his head. I gotta record it now, right now, because Prince gonna get it. He understood that we all got the same information available to us as locked in this firmament. Right? It's just about how you position yourself, your antenna to receive it. That's why I tell you I'm dumb. When I talk, it's not me. I know where I pull from. Everybody here probably had this happen. You ever had this happen before? You were asleep. You thought you was up. You tried to get up. Your body wouldn't move, right? Your body won't move. Your soul wasn't back yet. Yeah, you glitched, right? Until everybody realizes this is not real, they're going to keep coming back here. But let me tell you the problem. Because, and I don't want to say this because it's going to scare a lot of people, right? But remember, God said you have free will, right? And remember I told you death is fake, right? But remember I told you got free will. So remember I told you, Jesus said, if 3 people in the same room believe, what's going to happen? Stuff going to happen. Now the whole world get to believe in death. Guess what's going to happen? Death going to event itself. Right? So right now we live in a parallel universe. And people think like, oh, it's parallel. I'm going to tell you it's parallel like this. It's parallel through the mind. You could be sitting right next to me. How many times you sit next to a person, you saw something happen, they saw something totally different than what you've seen? How many times did that happen? So right now, we all live in a parallel universe, but everybody won't see it. It's a conscious level, gang. But conscious is not from thinking. The brain has no IQ. It can't. It's a receiver. You get smarter by cleaning your vessel, right? That's how you get smarter. IQ is a lie. You should have known that when they told you the dolphin had more brain power than you. You just said, you stupid. Because how the fuck the dolphin gonna have more brain power than you, right? You should have said, you stupid, right? The brain don't have an IQ. The heart don't pump blood. That's what they tell you. That everything they tell you is backwards, right? Let me tell you so you know. Your heart pumps energy through your body, frequencies that come in through your head that they call a brain, and say you have an IQ and you don't got one. Everybody the same smart. Michael Jackson said this. He wake up.
Shout out to the God. Yeah. You know what's so important about what he said too, though? These channels, these downloads, this information is coming to us, and it is about being light. You feel me? Like the lighter you are, the more you can receive channels and downloads. And light is also a weight thing, like physical weight, but then also a mind thing too. Not being so emotionally disturbed, not being so distracted in the distractory energy, right? Being a vessel to receive information by silencing your mind and sitting quiet with yourself. So light is in two forms: your weight, right, which is cleaning out, and being is this ball of cosmic energy, and then also light in the mind. Nigga, I was watching that Yaki and 19 Keys thing this weekend. Nigga, that nigga Yaki look good. Pause. He look good, nigga. Face looking good. You feel me? Everybody, that's some good shit he got going on. That weight just dropped all the way off. He got that shit happening. It's happening. You feel me? I'm like, oh yeah, he in that zone. You feel me? And essentially, he just a receiver of light now because it's coming to him super fast, and he's just a vessel, just based off of he cleaned out so much and he's eating in a particular manner and state. And we got to understand that to the core, that these examples are here, baby. Gunna, Jid, right? Yaki, even Keys, you know what I'm saying? Even though he on the more the swoller tip or whatever. Hey, that vessel, clean it out, and then let that mind start being cleaned out by sitting with yourself quietly on a daily, and then move into a space of, receiving new channels, new informations that can change your world and change your outlook on this thing. Now, again, I want the family to understand this. This is not about no moralism. This is not about no behavior. If you can smoke weed, look at Wiz Khalifa. If you can smoke weed and function, I'm talking about on a level of creativity, then nobody should be able to stop you from doing that. You got to understand the difference here. You got to know that everybody's different and everything is going to work differently for people. You feel me? We're just saying that if you lean into more of the cleaner lifestyle, essentially the channels and downloads can get to you faster based off of you experimenting with your own body and your own self. You feel me? So I want the family to understand that, because we can get into this space of missing our blessing because we think it's a moralism game as well. Take you 2 shots and go into meditation and see what happens. You feel me? Eat you some mushrooms and go into meditation and see what happens. If you have to smoke weed, now this thing is about balance. It's about, or it's about turning into a balanced being. Try a fast and see what happens. Experimental energy is a key in your work, in your spiritual work, and on yourself. So you got to experiment with yourself, and not just one time, a lot of times. Try meditating outside, see what happens. You feel me? Different things you have to do to understand yourself even more and more and more. Do the green juice cleanses and stuff like that, right? And see what happens. Try alternate day fasting. This is a never-ending story. And if you're basing your world off of the opinions of others and how things are supposed to be, then you're fucking up. Because again, niggas could take 2 shots. I used to take 2 shots, go into visualization, and be in the zone. Right? So what you trying to say there? I can't take these 2 shots because you got some moralism thing about the drink or whatever. No. So again, I just want the family to understand that to the core. If you have to eat meat, then that's what it is. You feel me? Because what works for one person might not work for another, and da 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 da. So experiment, family, experiment. Now, with me personally, I stopped eating the meat because it was slowing me down. So I don't eat meat. You feel me? So now, boom, I stopped smoking because it was slowing me down. It was keeping me stagnant. What you want me to do, right? The drink, nope. So I found a space that says, oh, okay, wait, I receive light when I don't do these particular things, because again, it can slow down my energy, and I'm not trying to do that. So shout out to the God again. I'll be forgetting his brother's name, but he on these streets. He on these streets and he doing his thing. You feel me?
Health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, money. Health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, money. I dare you to say that to yourself nonstop all day today. Health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, money. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what conversation you're having. I don't care about your circumstances. Just keep repeating in your mind or out loud. Health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, money. What we fix our thoughts on is what we are fueling. So let's be very intentional about fueling what it is that we want to experience. My name is Megan. I'm a millionaire flow coach to high achievers, and I specialize in reality selection. Our reality is selected by the thoughts that we think and the emotions that those thoughts make us feel. So say the words that represent what it is that you desire for yourself. Don't worry about trying to unpack your limiting beliefs or your negative thoughts, or we're not going to go down the rabbit hole of worrying about that. We're just going to focus on the North Star. Yes, God. Health.
I say shout out to the goddess. Yeah. Again, Reverend Knight, secret for health, joy, and prosperity for you. So the affirming power is very important. That affirming power is very, very important. And when you affirm, essentially you're in the belief node. I used to call it belief node. And that's just knowing that you are that shit, right? That's what affirm means. It means to create that energy in your mind that you are it, right? So when you're saying these words, maybe you don't believe it at first, keep going, keep pushing through it, because again, essentially what's going to happen is you're going to start to change your cells, and they're going to start to regulate into the new you. And that's the beautiful thing, and that's the beautiful power of this thing. You feel me? You have the ability to constantly, repetitiously program yourself with your audio auto suggestion, right? Or with you saying it out loud, or you thinking it in your thoughts. You just got to be conscious of it. And you got to have the willpower, solar plexus work, the will to do it. Some people love to sit in their pity and their grief and their anxiety and worry and stress, because that's their normal, so they feel good about that. Now it's time to change. It's time to wake up. Sit in your confidence, sit in your insurance, sit in your power of saying to yourself, you know what, I'm going to put a little work in and say to myself, I am somebody. I am a winner. I'm successful. I am prosperous. I am healthy. I feel joy all the time. I love me, and I am the one. Yes, sir, family. Shout out to the Chaos family, man. We in here. Yes, sir. I got the Shivatism. on Patreon. For the fellas, Shivatism at 10 a.m. So I'm about to get off of here now. Shivatism at 10 a.m. I'll see y'all soon, family. Y'all know what it is. Family, peace to the gods.